Megan from JaMonkey.com, and today we're going to be making these really fun apple marshmallows. These are great gifts for teachers and also perfect for Thanksgiving. Here's everything you'll need for this project. We're going to need some big marshmallows, some pretzel sticks, which we're actually going to chop in half and make for stems, red candy melts. You could also use green or yellow. I used some apple flavoring oil. You need Dixie crystals sugar so that we can make some colored sugar. And then food coloring to match the candy melt, so I used red food coloring. And then we need lollipop sticks. And then I used a styrofoam block so that I could put them in there to dry properly. You're also going to need some green fondant, so you can find that in the link below. I used a pre-made fondant, but I just rolled it out until it was nice and flat, and I'm just going to cut it into strips. And then after I've cut it into strips, I'm going to cut it into little diamonds, and I'm going to shape them by hand, and these are actually going to be the leaves of the apples. I would go ahead and cut about a dozen of these and shape them and design them into your leaves so that when you get started with your marshmallows, you can easily place them onto them to dry. Using the spatula, I just went back after I've shaped them and I just put in some grooves to be the leaves' veins. And I'll give you a closer look of what that looks like to make them look like little leaves. The next thing we're going to do is make some red sugar. So I'm just adding a few drops of red food coloring to our sugar, and I'm going to mix it up until it's well blended and the sugar turns red. You can add a few more drops of red food coloring if you need to get it nice and well blended. Sometimes it helps to use a spatula and push it against the side of the bowl to mix it better. Now we're going to melt our candy melts, and I added the apple flavor oil into this mix. I used about 1/4 of a teaspoon in the mix. The oil can sometimes make it a little bit thicker, so you don't want to add too much. And oil is very, very strong, so you don't need a lot. So we're just going to melt this in the double boiler until it's nice and smooth. Make sure you are continuously stirring so that it's not burning at all and your consistency is very, very smooth throughout the entire mixture. Now we need to prepare the rest of our ingredients. We're going to break the pretzels in half for little stems. We're going to set them aside so that we can easily add them to our dipped marshmallows. We're also going to grab our leaves that we created earlier and set them aside. We're going to take a marshmallow and put a lollipop stick into it, and if you actually give it a teeny little twist, it kind of secures it to the sticky marshmallow inside. We're going to dip it into our candy melt, and I'm just going to spin it around to make sure that it coats the outside. Now I'm going to take my spatula and I'm actually going to run it along the outside of the marshmallow to make it a little bit thinner. Once you've coated your marshmallow completely with the red candy melt, you're going to dip it into our red sugar. So you can just swirl it around, and you want to make sure that you coat every spot on the outside, giving it a nice clean layer and so that it all looks even. With your marshmallow completely coated, now it is time to add the other finishing touches to our apple. So we're going to take one of the pretzel sticks, and I'm just going to dip it into the candy melt so we have a little on the end, and I'm going to place it onto the top of the marshmallow, and you can stick it in a little bit further so that it stays more secure. And then I'm going to take one of my green leaves and do the same thing. I'm going to dip a little bit of the end into the chocolate and add it to the top of the marshmallow so that it stays nice and secure. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Super cute little apples. And now I'm just going to place it into my styrofoam mold so that they can air dry without getting any bumps or lumps in them. You can wrap them in a cellophane bag and give them to teachers, or like I said, you could use them at Thanksgiving and put nice little notes on them to what you're thankful for. We hope you liked this project. If you like projects like this, I hope you subscribe for more like it. Make sure you check out my website, JaMonkey.com, and you'll see the full tutorial there as well. Thanks for watching.